So this morning we're gonna start with some stretching because I didn't start you guys off with any stretching the last time. So let's just open our legs and just wiggle your arms, swing your arms around.
Oh, okay. Okay. So maybe like
Staggered.
Two of us should come up front. Yeah, let's do that. Staggered.
Okay. And then go the opposite way. And then fold over your left leg. Stretch that back, that lower back. And then fold over your right leg. And then fold in the middle. And then lift your leg. Well, I don't know if you could do it without standing on something, but just to stretch your quads. And then stretch the other one. Okay, and we're gonna get started. Anybody remember what the child's pose is? No? Okay. We're gonna get started in child's pose. We're gonna come to our mat. Our knees are going to be to the width of the mat. Your toes are gonna touch, and you're gonna sit back on your heels like you're sitting down, and keep your arms extended and reach down and stretch. Walk your hands forward, and then we're going to come up into the downward facing dog. We're going to lift our butts up, lift on your hands, curl your toes under, and reach up. And just stretch. We're going to walk to the front of our hands and lift halfway up. Put your hands on your shins and grab the opposite elbows. So this is called ragdoll. And right here you can hang, you can twist, rock, and we're going to reach up, and we're going to bring our hands together, bring it to the heart center, and start with 3 ohms. Right here, you want to dedicate your practice and, think about what you're doing this for your body, for your mind, body, and soul. And we're going to go into 3 ohms, and when you do the ohms, you'll feel the vibration in your cheeks. Feels good. So you breathe in, release into Om. Om. Breathe in again. Om. One more breath in. Om. Breath in, reach up. Breath out, fold forward. Breath in, halfway lift, hands on your shins. We're going to breath out into a low, high to low push-up. It's called chaturanga. And you're gonna slowly go down, all the way down to your mat. And you're gonna lift up the top part of your body called up dog. Stretch that back. And we're gonna lift back up on our toes into downward facing dog. And we're gonna take 3 breaths in. Breathe in. Breath out. Breathe in positivity. Breath out, release negativity. Breathe in again. Breath out. Walk to the front of your hands. Lift halfway, hands on your shins. Fold forward, breath out. Breath in, reach up again. Breath out, fold forward. Breath in, lift halfway, hands on your shins. Into a high to low push-up, which is called chaturanga. Come all the way down to your mat. Lift the top half of your body, up dog. Into downward facing dog. Breath in. Breath out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breath in. And a breath out. We're going to walk towards our hands. We're going to lift halfway, hands on your shins. Breathe in. Breathe out to forward fold. Breath in, reach up. Breath out, fold forward. Breath in, halfway lift. Breath out, chaturanga. Into upward facing dog. And down into a downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. One more breath in. And a breath out. We're going to walk towards our hands. And to a halfway lift. Breathe in. Forward fold. Breathe out. Breathe in. Reach up. And go into Queen's Chair pose. We're going to bring our feet together, big toes touching, and we're going to sit back like we're sitting in a chair. And we're going to take some breaths in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Fold forward, breath out. Breath in, halfway lift. Into chaturanga. Down into upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. We're going to walk to our hands. You're going to come to the top of your mat, and we're going to go into a warrior one position. You're going to lift up your right knee and extend your right leg back. And make sure your left knee is kind of bent. Straighten your back up. Reach your arms up. Bring your hips, turn your hips to the center. Reaching up, and we're going to breathe in, breathe out, breath in, a breath out, one more breath in, a breath out, then we're going to fold forward and go into chaturanga. Into an upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. We're going to walk to the front of our hands. Walk to the front of your mat. You're going to do the same thing on the left leg. You're going to lift your knee and extend your leg back. And make sure the right knee is like a lunge. If you have trouble bending, it's okay. Make sure your hips are squared to the center. Bring your arms up. A breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. One more breath in. and a breath out. And we're going to fold down into chaturanga. Up to the upward facing dog. Into downward facing dog. We're going to breathe in. Breath out. One more breath in. A breath out. Last breath in. And a breath out. We're going to walk to our hands. We're going to lift halfway. We're going to fold forward. We're going to reach up and go back into a queen chair pose. Feet together, toes, big toes touching, and sit back. We're going to take a breath in, a breath out, a breath in, a breath out, one more breath in, and a breath out. We're going to fold forward. We're going to halfway lift into chaturanga. Into upward facing dog. Into downward facing dog. We're going to walk to the front of our hands. And we're going to reach up. We're going to lift our right knee again and extend it back into warrior one. And this time, we're going to go and add a pose and go into warrior two. You turn to your right and extend your arms out. Your feet is flat. We're going to breathe in and breathe out. Breath in and a breath out. One more breath in and a breath out. We're going to turn our hands up, the left hand upwards and reverse back. And fold forward into chaturanga. Into upward facing dog. Into downward facing dog. Walk to your hands. We're going to lift up the left knee and extend it back into warrior one. And we're going to turn to the left into warrior two. And we're going to breathe in, breathe out, breath in, a breath out, one more breath in, and a breath out. We're going to turn that right hand upward and reverse. And we're going to fold forward into chaturanga. Into upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. We're going to breathe in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. We're going to stay in this position and we're going to lift the right leg up. And we're going to do a side plank. If you can't turn like this with your leg up, you can go on your knee and lift your leg. That's called the side plank. You lift that right leg up and lift up your right arm. If you can't keep your right leg up, it's okay to put it down like this. But if you can lift it up, you lift it up. And you take that right hand and bind it behind your back. And then we're going to release into chaturanga. High to low push up. Into upward facing dog. Into downward facing dog. Now we're going to lift the left leg up. And we're going to do the side plank on the left. Again, if you can, you can come down to your knee. And we're going to reach up the left hand. And we're going to bind it behind our backs. And we're going to release into chaturanga. Into upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. Okay, we're going to walk to our hands. We're going to reach up. We're going to lift up the right knee and we're going to go into warrior one again. Lift up your right knee and extend it back. Turn to your right into warrior two. And this time we're going to bring our hands together and we're going to come down and we're going to twist to the right. Side angle. You're going to take your right arm, lift it up, bind it behind your back, and we're going to release into chaturanga. Into upward facing dog and downward facing dog. Walk to the front of your hands. Reach up. Lift your left leg for warrior one. Extend it back. Into warrior two. And we're going to come down to the side angle on the left. And you're going to take your left hand and bind it behind your back. And we're going to release into a high to low push-up, which is called chaturanga. You're just going to come up, turn around, and go into chaturanga. Into upward facing dog. Into downward facing dog. Okay. Now we're going to walk towards our hands. You're going to reach up. You want to take a break? Where's that at? Shall we keep going?
I think she just had to decide.
You guys want to wait for Dad?
Yeah, she's just signing.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to reach up, and this time we're going to go into what's called the king chair. Your feet are going to be shoulder width apart, and you're going to sit back into the king chair, and we're going to bring our hands together, and we're going to twist to the right. You're going to take your left hand and bring it down in between your feet. Your right hand reaches up and binds behind you. And then we're going to go into a monkey pose where you're going to take your forefingers and you're going to wrap them around your big toe and pull up slightly on your big toe and just reach down into, this is called the monkey pose. As you're pulling up on your toes, you're bending down, looking between your legs. We're going to go into a deep squat from here. It's called a crow. You're going to make sure that your feet are at the width of your mat. And you're going to come down into a squat and bring your hands together. Lift your backs up. You can put your elbows on your legs and straighten your back up. And this is called a crow pose or a deep squat. And you know what we're going to do next, right? What we're going to release into? Chaturanga.
Chaturanga.
Did you say chaturanga?
Yeah.
Chaturanga. Aura. Chaturanga. And to upward facing dog. And downward facing dog. We're going to walk to our hands. Lift halfway, hands on the shins. Fold forward. Reach up. King chair. And this time we're going to bring our hands together and we're going to twist to the left. Extend your right hand in between your feet. Left hand reaches up, binds behind your back, and this time we're going to go into what's called a gorilla pose. You want to take your hands and just scoop them under your feet, and you're extending down like a gorilla pose. Okay. And we're going to go back into a deep squat, the crow. Feet the width of your mat. Deep squat. And we're going to come into, release into chaturanga. Into upward facing dog. In downward facing dog. You're going to walk towards your hands. You're going to lift up your right knee, extend it back, and this time when you extend it back, get feet on your toes like this. Don't have your foot flat. Have a little lift in it. That's called a crescent lunge. Get your balance. We're going to reach up and we're going to twist to the right. You're going to extend your left hand outside your left leg and reach up with your right arm into a half bind. And then we're going to release into chaturanga, into upward facing dog, into a downward facing dog. You're going to walk to your hands. We're going to do the crescent lunge on the left side. You're going to lift up your left knee, extend it back on your toes. Lift up your toe, your heels. And we're going to twist to the left. Bring your hands together. Dip. And twist to the left. And you're gonna take your right hand outside of your right foot, extend it down, lift up your left arm, bind it behind your back, and release into chaturanga. Into upward facing dog. And to downward facing dog. You're gonna walk to your hands and reach up. Now we're gonna do what's called an eagle pose. The eagle pose is you reach your hands up, you take your right foot and place it around your left leg. You're gonna take your right arm and bring it under your left arm. If you can grab your thumb, if you can't, you can just keep it like that. Now we're going to do the same thing on the left. You're going to release, reach up, and take your left leg. And really you're supposed to curl it around your leg, but if you can't, it's okay if you just do this, or you just have it on the ground. And you're going to take your left arm and put it under your right and grab, hold tight. Okay, we're going to release, reach up. And this is called a dancer. You're going to take your right hand and touch your right ankle. I know my balance is off too. If you have good balance, you can extend your left arm and go down a little bit and kick that leg out. But if you don't, like me, okay, we're gonna do the same thing on the left. You're gonna catch that left ankle, dancer on the left. I think I have good balance on my right. Okay, and you're gonna release. And this is called a tree pose. You can bring your arms up, or you can bring them to your heart center, and you're gonna take your right leg and bring it below your knee on your left leg. If you're really flexible and you want to pull that foot up to your thigh, you can do that. If you can't do that, you can keep it here. If you can't do this, you can just keep it like this. You can have your arms lifted, or you can have them at your heart center. This is called the tree pose. We're going to release, reach up, and do the same thing on the left side. Tree pose on the left. Take your left foot and put it on your right leg, under just below your knee, or on the ground, or up on your thigh. Okay, we're going to reach up. We're going to open our legs, and we're going to a triangle pose onto your right. So you're just going to take your hands and reach down to the right. And we're going to come up and reach down to the left. Pyramid on the right, which is you're going to fold over your right leg going to fold over onto the left leg. Now we're going to go into some heart openers. We're going to sit down on your mat and turn over on your stomach.
Okay.
So this is called the locust. You're going to take your hands and extend them like this. And you're going to lift your top part of your body up. And you're going to lift the bottom part up. And this is called a locust. And we're going to do this 3 times. We're going to lift up your top and your bottom off the mat as much as you can. Come down. Lift up again. Come down. Lift up again. Come down. And this time when you lift up, grab hold of your ankles. Right hand to the right ankle, left hand to the left ankle, and kind of try to kick your legs back. You're going to do this 3 times as well. This is 1. We're going to come down and release. Lift up again. Release. Come up one more time. Release. And we're going to turn over on our backs. And lift your feet up on the mat, feet touching the mat. Hands down next to your sides. Press into your mat and lift your butt off the mat like this. Into what's called a bridge. Lift up, lift your butt up. Come down. Lift up again. Bridge pose. Come down. Lift up again. Hold it. Take some breaths in. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. Breath out. Breath in. And a breath out. Bring it down. Bring your legs up with your feet reaching to the sky. We're going to do 20 crunches, hands behind your neck. And we're going to do 20 crunches. Starting 1, come up, go back down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just lift the top part of your body. 10, legs are still. 11, pointing straight up. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Keep your right leg extended. Release your left leg down on the mat. Crunch to your right knee 10 times. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release your right leg, lift up your left leg, 10 crunches to the left knee. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Come back down. We're going to go and do the leg lifts where you're going to bring your legs up halfway and start releasing them down slowly, slowly, slowly until they're 2 inches off of the mat. Lift up again. Slowly release, 2 inches off the mat. Up. Slowly release, 2 inches off the mat. Legs straight. Lift up. Slowly release, 2 inches off the mat. One more time. Lift up. Slowly release, 2 inches off the mat, and bring them all the way down. Now we're going to do what's called boats. If you look at me, you come up and catch the back of your heels. And we're going to release down and come up again. Boat pose. Come down. Up again. Boat pose. Come down. Again, boat pose. Come down one more time. Boat. And release down into a waterfall. You're going to lift your legs up. Now, if you can, you're going to lift your butt up and reach your legs in the air like this. This is called a waterfall. Y'all doing good. Take some breaths in and some breaths out. And release. Okay, so now we're going to roll over and come to our knees. For a deepest lunge, you're going to lift up, bring your right foot out, and we're going to release the left leg straight, and we're going to come down. If you can't come down on your elbows, you can come down on your hands, but release your left leg and come down as far as you can. If you can do it on your heels, on your elbows, I mean, and let this leg just hang out to the side. If you can't come down to your elbows, you can just come up on your hands and just let this right leg fall to the side, but extend your left leg. This is called a deep lunge. You're going to release into the left leg on a deep lunge. Come up, bring your left foot up, extend your right leg down, and lunge. Let your leg fall to the side. Yeah. And extend your right leg. Lift up. Come to your knees. We're going to go into what's called a pigeon. You're going to take your right foot and cross it over to your left. Extend your left leg and reach forward, bend down and reach forward.
That was a dare, right?
It's a good stretch. You feel it?
Yeah. Felt it all last week.
Okay. And we're going to do the same thing on the left side. You're going to bring this left foot, cross it over. And reach. Okay, release. Come to a seated position for some forward bends. And this is where you can use your towel. If you have your towel, bring your feet together. And you can take your towel, wrap it around the balls of your feet, pull on your towel, and reach down, bend down, as far as you can go. Stretching that lower back. Okay, release. Open your legs. And we're going to bend forward in the middle. Straddle fold. Now we're going to straddle fold over to the right. Grab your toes if you can. And reach down. Now we're going to straddle to the left. Come back up. We're going to bring our feet together like this. Grab your ankles, take your elbows, and kind of push down on your knees, stretching. Try to push your knees down if you can. So we're going to come down on our backs. Lay down on your back. You're going to lift your left leg and cross it over to the right. Extend your left arm and look to the left with your left leg crossed over to the right. Release and lift up your right leg. Cross it over to your left. Extend your right arm and look to the right. Release. We're going to release into happy baby. You're going to lift your legs up. Take your hands, catch your heels, open your legs, and you're going to rock like a baby. Happy baby. Rock right and left. Doesn't that feel good? Now we're going to release into Savasana. Legs down, arms down. Close your eyes and just relax here. Start to wiggle your toes, wiggle your hands, shake it out. Come to a seated position of your choice. We're going to close it out with 3 arms. You're going to reach our hands up together. Bring your hands together. Come down to your heart center for 3 arms. Breath in. Release on the Om. Om. One more breath in. Release into Om. Om. Breath in. Release into Om. Om. Reach up. Namaste. You did good.
I took some stretching classes about 5 years ago. I feel like I'm starting over.
All of us. So any comments, any questions? You guys gonna come back?
Yeah.
Thank you. We are.
That was a new. You added something.
I did?
Yeah.
What did I add?
You did. We did all that.
Yeah.
Seemed like she had some other things in 1-2 minute chungamungas.
Chaturanga is a high to low push-up. You know how they do those planks? Planks? It's like a plank.
Yeah.
But then you go all the way down.
To release the pressure.
Yeah. That's a chaturanga. It's a high to low push-up.
Right.
It works your arms. It's good for you. So did you all feel it?
I felt it.
You felt it this week?
I felt it this week.
I didn't.
But you're in good shape.
No. I have not. It's been a while.
No, I felt it. I felt it in my stomach muscles and in my arms. I felt it in my arms. It didn't start until like Sunday, and I was like,
A day after, right?
A day after. And then Monday, I was like,
The day after, the day after.
Right. Then I was like, oh, that's yoga.
My arm was it was my shoulder and arm, and I thought it was my bag I'm carrying. I gotta walk 2 blocks to my office now. And I'm thinking, I said, oh, I'm leaving this computer because this is hurting my arm.
That means I'm doing my job.
But that means that you're using muscles that you haven't used and that you needed to work.
Yes.
And so,
I know you told me that.
so I knew after the first day I was like, second day I was like, yes, that's yoga. I'm going back. I needed that. I needed that because that meant way out of shape. Way. I shouldn't have felt it, but it did.
Yeah, you should have felt it. It's good
If I was in shape, I wouldn't have felt it.
No, you still feel it.
Really?
Like, even me, like I still train.
Okay.
I train. I lift weights, and I still train to get my body back, back to the state that I was.
Right.
Yeah. And so even though I work out a lot, I still feel it.
Right. Well, now for my stomach, that's the area that I want to focus on. I mean, the crunches, that
But the
helps.
crunches.
Yeah, but
I
is there
felt the
anything
crunches.
else that we can do to work on the stomach muscle?
Well, six pack starts in the kitchen, right?
Oh yeah. So let the carbs.
Yeah,
Release
six pack
the carbs.
start in the kitchen, but I mean, all of the stomach movements that we do, as for the stomach, especially the leg lifts, bringing it down slowly. You really feel it.
Really.
It probably will produce this line right here when you see people have this line. This is for the stomach muscles and the crunches.
Right, the crunches.
I think it was the crunches that did it.
Yeah. I can see. Okay.
It could continue through the week, but worked out either way.
Right.
So when are you coming back?
Well, we said July the 28th. I have my family reunion next week. Unless some of you all want to do it.
If you want to do it before the 28th, I'm available. Y'all have my number. Y'all have my number, right? Y'all want to group text. Okay. Well, I can give you my number. Right. So you can have it. Oh, let's take a group picture. I forgot my phone in the car, though. I have to go get my phone.
Okay, that's good.
We gotta take a group picture before, not
This is the after effect.
before and after.
She just got out of the group. Kara, she just opted out. She said group picture first.
You look fine. You look beautiful. I mean, it's just for us. It's not going anywhere. It's just for our little group.
Just because.
Oh, wow.
I should have called Kara. My Kara. I keep thinking. It was 68 last week. Remember, we had that cold front. That's why we felt so good. Because it was 68 when we came out. When I was driving here, I was like, it's 72. It's 5 degrees hotter.
Oh, right.
We don't feel.
Right.
And they had a breeze last week. We don't have a breeze this week.
Yeah, it was a breeze.
Yeah, it felt good last week. This week you get the real summer.
Yeah, because I'm a sweat.
Yeah, I didn't sweat last week. Yeah, I'm sweating this week.
Going over here in the shade.
Take a shower. Are you going to the jazz festival?
I gotta do all of my family reunion stuff today.
Oh, I was like, are you going to jazz festival? You could do a family reunion.
Yeah. That's the Lake Arbor.
Lake Arbor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You going? Oh, today?
Yeah, today.
Oh, that's gonna be nice.
But it's hot. Why couldn't this have been last
What
weekend?
time it start?
12 until.
Y'all want to come in the shade for the picture?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I have to catch it next year.
I